Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. Before we get started, a small disclaimer. This was recorded before my 4K upgrade. While editing this video, I went back and forth on whether I should publish it because the quality doesn't quite match the standard of my newer videos. But since I love this game and I wanted to complete the series, I decided to share it anyway. Because this was filmed on my older setup, I won't be doing any zooms in this one. The next Aeon's End series will be recorded with my new 4K setup. Alright, let's jump into the video. Hey everyone, this is Attackers and welcome to Battle 3 of the Expedition for Aeon's End, The Descent, the newest outing in the series. Last time we fought with Mazahedron against the Coven and we won. We won it quite easily actually, which is really cool. But I'm pretty sure that the upcoming battles will be tougher. You see everything is still set up here. When I do the setup for the game, then I will of course change everything to the new boss and the new mage. We don't know these yet. We will unlock them in just a moment. But before we start with anything, grab yourself a cup of tea so we can get going. And again, I didn't wait long enough. It's still too hot, but I will drink a little bit more later on. As usual, I will have timestamps in this video, so you can jump to the part you enjoy the most. Bonus points for watching the entire video. But if you're not interested in the lore or story, you can also skip those bits. And speaking of that, that's the first thing that we will do. We will actually take a look at the narrative booklet and read our intro to Battle 3. As I said, you can skip that if you're not interested in that and skip to the battle immediately. Intro to Battle 3. A few hundred feet away, the Great Wall has crumbled. Stones the size of horses lie tumbled and broken, scattered like pebbles under a toddler's careless foot. Brahma leads the people carefully between them into the city proper. Carrick sits silent, a miles-wide mausoleum. Their footsteps ricochet off the crumbled remains of buildings edged in emerald ice. Along the streets, pillars of green glass encase the terrified faces of people, frozen as they try to flee whatever did this to them. Thraxias swings his sword at once, but the blade bounces off the crystal without even leaving a scratch. It takes years to try and chip someone out, if they're even alive inside there. The group moves silently through the ruins, nervous to break the oppressive silence lingering in the air. Everything they pass is either decayed beyond recognition or preserved in gruesome perfection. Green-leafed bushes and crying children reaching for helpless parents. Brahma glances around and sees her own revulsion mirrored in the faces of her followers. Perhaps with time the crumbled walls can be rebuilt, but can this place ever truly be a home? Movement in the distance catches her eye and Brahma's head snaps forward, a tumble of loose rocks settling after a quick footstep. Something alive. Hey! Brahma flinches at the volume of her own voice, echoing down the empty city street, but she doesn't hesitate before taking off after the figure. She hears Janti and Layson rush to keep up with her, but she knows she can trust Thraxia to take care of the rest of the group as they lag behind. She skids around the corner and comes face to face with a woman, crouched defensively in the shadow of a crumbled guard tower. Her long black hair is carefully braided out of her face, and she clutches something bundled up in rags close to her chest, ready to bolt at a moment's notice. On her back, her bag is filled with ripped scrolls and edible roots. A water skin dangles from the bottom. Brahma lifts her hands in a show of peace. "We're not here to harm you, please. We're just travelers." "You're going to harm us all by being here," the woman hisses. "You can't walk out in the open or shout like that. You're going to get its attention." Listen, lady, we came a long way to get to this city. We're not about to up and leave." Layson circles around and cuts off the woman's escape route, squaring her shoulders and making herself into an intimidating roadblock. "Whatever you're running from, we fought bigger." "No," the woman shakes her head quickly. "No, no, no. We've heard stories about Carrick. It was supposed to be an impenetrable stronghold. What happened here?" Brahma asks in a quieter voice, trying to keep things calm. She takes a gentle step forward as if she were trying to approach a wild animal. "Where's your clan?" The woman clutches the bundle in her arms closer to her chest, turning her body to keep it as far from Brahma as she can. Behind them, Brahma can hear the rest of the group beginning to catch up, their noisy footsteps unsettling the woman more and more. "It can be near you. It's too risky. I have to keep her safe. Please, just leave." From deeper in the city, a thunderous boom echoes out. The wind from the distant explosion whips fast enough to unsettle the dead leaves around their feet. The woman goes white as a sheet in terror. "It's coming," she whispers. She looks down at the bundle in her arms and curses quietly under her breath, but in spite of her protest, she reaches out and grabs Brahma's hand, tugging her forward. Come on, we all need to get out of here, unless you want to be petrified too. Brahma turns decisively to Thraxia as he approaches with the group. Get the soldiers assisting the elderly. Children must be carried. Double the pace and keep it quiet. Follow her lead. The woman leads them quickly through shadowed streets, weaving between columns of green glass, each hiding a horrific tableau of victims frozen in their final moments. Brahma walks at the back of the group, making sure no one lags behind. She keeps her eyes forward, away from the tragedy, only focused on where the woman is leading them. She's seen death before, in a dozen forms. It's not as important as protecting the living. Behind them, footsteps like earthquakes shake the rubble around them. The children cowered into their father's shoulders, hiding their eyes from the dust whipped up by the wind. The woman finally ducks through a small doorframe in a partially collapsed building and vanishes down a staircase beneath it. Brahma stands guard at the door as everyone else rushes through, passing Janti as she counts heads. The last thing Brahma sees before she closes the door behind them is a gigantic emerald green claw towering over the skyline. Nice leadering there, Janti whispers, bumping a shoulder into Brahma's as they descend the staircase. You're a natural. Hardly. Brahma glances at the receding backs in front of them, taking care to make sure they can't hear her worries. Everything I've accomplished so far has been because you practically told me the answers. I'd have already gotten everyone killed without you. I don't know about that. Janti grins, lopsided, probably just maimed at the worst. This is incredible! Someone exclaims, deeper below them. Brahma and Janti rush forward to join the rest of the group. The staircase opens up into a vast underground room overflowing with books, scrolls, stone tablets, engraved crystals. A treasure trove too vast for Brahma to even comprehend. Emotion rises in her throat, choking her voice. This is her impossible dream laid out before her, the generation-long bounty of a people with a home to keep it. These look like spell scrolls, but don't have the sister words on them, an older follower fawn is saying to the woman they followed here, her shoulders stooped and arms full of parchment. How is that possible? The sister words you speak of sound like either incantation, the woman replies. She seems to have calmed down now that they are safely underground. That's merely one method of harnessing magic. The archive my tribe guards has details on many other techniques. And where's the rest of your tribe, sister? Brahma asks, stepping forward. We have traveled many weeks to find your city, in search of a safe home to settle in. Then you've traveled in vain. The woman hangs her head, curling around the bundle in her arms. My name is Raven. My child and I are the last of our people left alive. The first tribe is dead. Carrick has fallen, and it is only a matter of time before the Blight finds us. But how? Fawn asked indignantly. With the spells as he detailed here, you should be able to rain apocalyptic power down over practically anything. We were scholars, not fighters. Everything I've learned about magic has been since that day. I've spent every night trying to commit as much of this archive to memory as possible, and my days using what magical skills I've mastered to survive scavenging the city for any food that remains. Your lot may not have prepared, but we are. Lazen slams the butt of her axe against the stone floor. We've trained witches and warriors. Let us at your Blight and we'll cleanse this city. Raven shakes her head. It won't work. The Blight grows on the city like a cancer. I've seen it, draining the life it traps in its crystals. Reconstituting itself, Carrick is a lost cause. But I've noticed that the beast doesn't seem to find me when I'm down here in the archives. That's why I've been concocting a plan. Raven sets a bundle down on a table, and Brahma can see inside the rags is a round-faced baby. She can't be more than a month old, but she already knows better than to cry. She watches her mother with wide, dark eyes as Raven pulls an old tome from a shelf and leaves through the thick leather pages. There's a city that the ancients constructed entirely underground. They called it Gravehold. Raven turns the book towards Brahma. There's a charcoal sketch of a grim-looking city ringed with walls and guard towers, smaller than Carrick, but good bones. Macabre name, Janti says with a shudder. And yet it could be our salvation. If Nameless really won't find us underground, then this stronghold may be left untouched. It was near a clean underground reservoir in tunnels filled with edible fungi and small animals. There's nowhere truly safe in this world anymore, but Gravehold may be our best chance. If it's so incredible, why haven't you gone yet? Leeson asked, narrowing her eyes. Scared to leave your books? Raven touches the shelf with palpable sorrow. It will be a tragic loss to humankind that we cannot bring even a fraction of the archives with us. But no, that is not what has been holding me back. The Blight sits at the mouth of the cave entrance. Its very presence makes rocks crumble and flesh corrode. I have been training to be strong enough to at least fight my way past it. But with you all here, now it seems like the best possible moment to try. This nameless killed your entire tribe, Brahma says, eyeing the picture of Gravehold with trepidation. You believe so much in this fabled city that you'd risk going up against that monster to reach it? I will do whatever it takes to keep my daughter safe. There isn't a trace of hesitation in Raven's voice. You believed in Carrick, Shanti whispers, taking Brahma's hand and squeezing. What's one more leap of faith? Alright, with that, we have the pretty long intro to Battle 3 done. Very cool, I like the story. And Gravehold is mentioned. So, this is like the beginning of Gravehold. That is very exciting. I really, really like that they're going back to the Gravehold, to like the time before the first Aeon's End and show how we actually found Gravehold. Very, very cool. Alright, so now we can open envelope 3 and open deck 3A. Alright, so here we have envelope 3 and deck 3A. Let's look at the envelope first. I want to see the new mage and also the new mage and the new nemesis. I'm looking forward to Raven because I like the name a lot. So I hope she's a cool mage. Oh, there's something else in here. Alright. So let's see. So we have friend and a foe again, right? Friend is Fawn the Alchemist, foe is the Corrosion. Friends and foes are a new mechanism here in Aeon's End, the Descent. Like the first time this mechanism is used. I have used it for the first video in this small series here, for the first battle. If you want to see how this works, I suggest you watch the first video. I will not be using friends and foes in this playthrough, just because it's just too much table space, and I want to like focus on like the main battle. Then here we have our nemesis, the Blight. Let's take a look here at the Blight. So here's the friends and the foes, right? Fawn the Alchemist, very cool, and the Corrosion. But as I said, we will not be using them this battle. And then here we have the Blight. There we go. It looks kind of similar to another nemesis I know. The Blight. Unleash any player against a tainted halo. I have no idea what that is, but we will find out soon, I suppose. So, oh, that's a different card. So we have like a supply pile of tainted halos, whatever that does. And also we have a blighted deck. Oh, okay. So we have like, there's another supply pile. Interesting. Okay, very cool. That is now difficulty 7. Alright. That makes sense. Then here we have Raven, the lone survivor. Ooh, very cool. Very cool image. I love this already. Exhume. Oh, okay. Gain 4 knowledge. Alright. They're like knowledge tokens, and we already used them in our last playthrough here. Reveal the top 3 cards of the Forgotten Ritual deck. Also, I have like an extra deck. You may gain any number of the revealed cards by paying their cost using knowledge. Place the gained cards into your hand. Place the rest of the on the bottom of the Forgotten Ritual deck. Interesting. Okay, so I have like another deck I can pay for with knowledge. So I have other different breaches. We will take a look at those in the moment. And then we have like Forgotten Ritual deck. Okay, very, very interesting. Looking forward to trying that out. And then here we have more stuff. These are all the breaches here. So let me just remove this here. So we have our breaches. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Raven gains 1 knowledge on cast. Very nice. And this one is opened already. 2, also 1 knowledge. 3 is 1 damage and 1 knowledge. 4 is plus 1 damage and plus 1 knowledge. Okay, so whenever I cast, I get 1 knowledge. And with 4 knowledge, I don't know how expensive they are. But with like a specific number of knowledge, I can buy cards from the ritual deck. That's very interesting. That means I might not even use these supply piles too much. Let's just see how these cards are in there. Alright, and then what we also have is the deck 3A. Let's just check this out. So we have, these are probably the cards for Raven. These are the cards for Raven here. Are these for the ritual deck? Let me just see here. Raven's Eye and Seeker's Light. These are the cards for Raven here. This is part of the ritual deck. So this is the ritual deck here. Okay. Oh, it's quite a lot of cards in this ritual deck. Nice. And then here we have new treasures because we got treasure 1 for the after the first fight, but now we also get a treasure level 2 for this fight here. And then we have like the friends and foes cards. We have a new spell. We have a new. Oh, this is only for the for if you play with Fawn. Okay, interesting. Oh, so this belongs to Fawn. Okay, and then here we have the deck for the foe, and then here we have the Blight cards, and I think that's it. Also upgraded cards for the boss deck. Okay, so these are all the cards that we have. So what I will be doing now, first of all, I will take a sip of my tea. It's still hot, but it's a little bit more drinkable. And what I will be doing now is I will set up the entire game here and sleeve all the cards, and then I will meet you back at the table and we will start playing. If you want to skip this, you know that there are timestamps for this video below. Alright, and with that, we have set up the game. Alright, so a few changes to the last game. Let me just tell you what has changed. We have a new, we have one more supply deck here than usual, a 10th one. That is one that the enemy will be using. That is one that's just cluttering up our deck. And when it's empty, the Blight receives nemesis tokens, which is very bad for us. So we should try to destroy those. It is possible to destroy those losing 2 charges. But I bet we will get to that later when I get those. There are new supply piles here. We have now the Hungry Avite, we have the Flame Gazer, and the Fountain of Elements. I will not go into the details of the cards, what they do at the moment. I will talk about them when I actually gain them or when I use them. But just one thing, we now have a very strong push towards using the develop function, the develop gameplay mechanism. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 9 cards have the develop mechanism. Develop means that I pay the cost below the regular cost here, which is less. I put it in my develop zone, and then if I pay the cost again at some point, I can gain the card, right? So it's kind of a like to pay for that in different installments, so to speak, right? And there are these 2 cards that actually work with the develop mechanism. I don't know yet. I don't think I will gain too many cards up here, because I think I want to gain a lot of cards using knowledge, because I'm playing Raven from the own deck here. I've put the Raven deck, the Forgotten Ritual deck up here. It's like half off screen, but if I decide to buy anything there, I will have to reveal 3 cards anyways. I will show them here, so it's fine that they are over there. This is the curse deck that is usually up here. I have moved it down here just in case I will have to gain one of these Scorched Pearls here. The next thing that has changed is that we now have a treasure level 2 as well. There were 4 that I could choose from. I chose this one here. When a player focuses to open a 3 or 4 breach, which I will do at some point, deal 1 damage. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra damage I can do during the game. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. I mean, it's just 5 more damage I can do without doing anything pretty much, right? That means I will focus on opening these 2 here, maybe even all of them. Alright, then also we have Raven here. Raven works like this, that I can gain knowledge by using my special ability. Also, I can gain knowledge by playing cards. And when I activate my ability, I can reveal the top 3 cards of my ritual deck and spend knowledge instead of the regular cost. Let me just show you one card. This is a spell, for example, here, right? And I can spend 7 knowledge to get this, to gain this card, right? So I can like buy these cards with knowledge, which is pretty cool. And I can gain any number of these cards. So it makes sense maybe to just like hoard a lot of knowledge and then buy several cards at once. I don't know yet. I would have to see about that, but that's pretty exciting. Last but not least, the Blight works like this, that it will like give me like Tainted Halos all the time. That's a relic. That gains me like a lot of things. It gains me in Ether token, which is used as currency here. I gain 1 charge, which is very important for me. But also the Blight gains 1 nemesis token, right? And whenever it has 4 nemesis tokens, it puts a Blight into play, right? And that is pretty bad. Also, I can instead lose 2 charges in order to destroy this. And we want this deck to never be empty, because otherwise the Blight will just gain 2 nemesis tokens, and that can get out of hand, because there are only a few Blights. I think only 5. There are only 5, and if the Blight would draw another like Blight card, like a Blighted, then and it can't, then Gravehold receives 15 damage, right? So we never want the Blight deck to run out, or the discard pile, right? The discard pile would also be fine. That's kind of like what we're dealing with here. I think with that we are now ready to start. Let's see who begins. Of course, the Nemesis begins. So let's draw the first card. There's nothing to activate here, so we draw the first card. A Portal Sworn. Okay, that one has 5 health, and every time the Nemesis is activated, Gravehold suffers 3 damage. That is bad. We need to get rid of this as soon as we can. Alright, that was the Nemesis turn. Now it is my turn. Alright, so let's see what we can do. We do have a special card here, Raven's Eye, that either grants one either, or I can spend knowledge equal to the cost of the top card of the Forgotten Ritual deck to gain it, right? And that is true, because the top card is always revealed, which is a Fluidium. Oh, that one gains me 2 either and 1 knowledge. That's pretty good, actually. So I could spend, but I don't have any knowledge yet, right? So that doesn't help me. So I do have 2 spells. Let me put 1 spell here. Remember, I do get 1 knowledge on cast, right? No matter where I cast from. So that is pretty good. And then I think I will spend 3 more here in order to focus this one here, and also put the spell there. Remember, whenever I focus a 3 or 4 breach, I deal 1 damage. So I will deal 1 damage to the Portal Sworn. Very good. And these 3 I have spent. Alright, that was a very nice first turn, actually. I liked it a lot. Now it is my turn again. So now I will cast these 2 spells. So I deal 2 damage. There we go. 2 damage here. And also because I've cast from this open breach, I gain 1 knowledge token. I need another knowledge token in order to get the Fluidium. That I think I can do. This one here deals 2 damage if I cast it from the level 3 breach. So I will try to do that. Let me open that breach. Let me use these 3 here in order to open this breach. And since I have opened it, I deal another damage. And then I will put this one there. And this I will keep in my hand. It allows me to place the top card of the Forgotten Ritual deck to the bottom, but I actually like that card. I want to get it. So I will keep this in my hand. Let me discard these in an order that I want to. As a reminder, in Aeon's End you never shuffle. So I just draw 4 more cards. So I have 5 cards in my hand, like this. Very good, very good, very good. It was a nice start, actually. I'm quite happy with this. Unfortunately, it's the Nemesis turn. Had it been my turn, this one would have been gone. But okay. I can't change that now. So Gravehold suffers 3 damage. Unfortunately. Oh, man. I would have liked to go first. But that is the way it is. Alright, so we draw another card. It's an attack. Any player suffers 2 damage. Okay. So the boss is actually targeting me a lot. Probably. Okay, so I need to find some way to heal. But I think there's no way to heal here, right? No. I just need to be like quick. Okay. I gain a Tainted Halo. Gain means that I put it like in my discard pile. And, oh no, I place it at the top of the deck. Oh, okay. Well, that's bad. So I will draw it next turn. I don't like that. But okay, that was now the Nemesis turn. So now it's going to be my turn twice in a row at least. I will cast this one here. Actually, let me see. Can I focus? I can focus. Okay. Oh, how do I do this? I would like to focus to kill this one without... Well, it's gonna be my turn twice. Okay, so let me first cast this one here. That's gonna be 3 damage, because 2 damage plus 1 for breach 3, and I will direct that at the boss directly. 57. And I also get 1 knowledge, which is really good, Then I will play this card here. I can spend knowledge equal to the cost of the top card in order to gain it. So I will gain this one here, Fluidium. That's just another way to get ether. That's 2 ether for 1 card and also 1 knowledge. That's very good. That's a card that I really want to get. So let me see what we get here. A cost of 3 and dealing 4 damage. That's good. While prepped, once per turn during your main phase, you may spend 2 knowledge if you do deal 2 damage. Wow, this one is good. Oh, wow. I definitely want to get that. Okay, I need to get more knowledge. Alright, so, and I will put that spark right here, and I have 3 either. What can I do with these 3? Not a whole lot. I will spend 2. I will spend 2 in order to open this breach here. Having more breaches is good, so I can just go all out later on. Okay, that's fine. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gonna be my turn again. Now I have that stupid thing here, right? The Tainted Halo. Well, first of all, let me deal 2 damage. Can I? Oh, I still can't. Oh, I can actually focus. That's good. Then I will deal the 2 damage to the boss. I will spend these 4 here. I will spend these 4 in order to focus this breach. That means I deal 1 damage to the enemy. That is very good. So that one is gone. And also I will use all of these cards. That means I get 4 either. Well, I did focus to use those. And then I also gain a charge. And the nemesis gains 1 nemesis token right here. You can't really see it there well. Let me just put it here at the bottom. All right. Okay, that was that. Then let me just redraw 1, 2, 3, 4, my 5 cards. Alrighty, so let's shuffle up the turn order deck. The only deck that is being shuffled. Oh no, it's the Nemesis turn. Nothing to activate here, that is good. So let's just put a card here. That is another minion. The Blight gains 1 Nemesis token every time. Ooh, that's not too nice. And then it is my turn. I will deal 2 damage to what? The Nemesis tokens are pretty bad. I should try to keep them under control. So let me just put this one here. Alright, so, and I do get 1 knowledge because I did cast a spell from here. Also, I didn't get 1 knowledge token last round when I cast a spell. Alright, so let me see. How do I get 1 knowledge? Here. I will use this one here in order to gain 1 knowledge. And not only that, I also get 2 either. I don't quite know what I will do with those yet. Let's see. And I would have 3, 4... I would have 4 either here. Let's just see what I do with those later. First, I will use this card here in order to spend knowledge equal to the top card in order to gain it. Because I really want to have this amazing spell. Spending my knowledge for that. The next card would be Energizing Elixir. Any ally draws 2 cards. I'm always my own ally in a solo game. You may spend 2 knowledge to destroy a card in your hand or discard pile. That's good as well. That is good as well, but I don't think I need it yet. So I think I will use this card here also to place the top card at the bottom and see if I get something that helps me more now. Age of Intellect. Costs 6 knowledge. Okay, that's quite a bit. Cast deals 6 damage. You may spend 1 knowledge to divide the damage the spell deals however you choose among any number of enemies. That is really, really good. I want this as well. Alright, so let me just put this one here. So now I have 2, 3, I have 4 either. With that I can focus. But I can also charge up. And I think it will charge up because having charges is a good thing because I will gain knowledge and stuff, right? So that is fine. Okay, that works. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. There should be this spell in here now, right? No, it's still not in here. Okay. And it's me again. I will deal another 3 damage here. Let me deal that damage to... Yeah, let me deal that to this guy here. Also, I will get 1 knowledge. I hope I don't forget to take that knowledge at some point. And then I would like to focus here. Can I do that? 1, 2, 3. I can focus. Oh, by the way, I should have reduced that to 1, right? Because I did 3 damage. Let me put this one here. And then also I will use all of these. This is kind of bad. I would have to destroy that soon, but I will leave it for now because I need that one either. I need it. So, I will gain 1 either. I will use it in a moment. I will gain 1 charge. That is good. And we will have 1 nemesis token on the Blight, which is definitely not good. I will be able to work with that. Okay, and then I have 4 either. With that, I will focus here. And focusing that means I can deal 1 damage. So this one is gone as well. That is very, very nice. I like that. Okay, and that was already my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's see whose turn it is. It is my turn. So I will deal another 2 damage and also will gain a knowledge token. That is nice. So let me deal 2 damage to the Blight. I can't shake the feeling that I know the Blight already or like a similar enemy, but I don't know. Okay, do I have a spell? Yeah, now I have some nice spells here. 1, 2, I would have 3, but I can also spend knowledge. Okay, let me... How do I do this? Let me spend these 2 here in order to gain another charge. Like this. I will also equip this one here. I think that's good. I will equip this one here. Yeah, I think that's what I will do. Okay, I will get another charge, and now I will use my ability, right? Yeah, I will use my ability, so I will gain 4 knowledge, and I will take the top 3 cards here, and I can choose one of those. I think I want to have this one. Oh, there's another energizing elixir. Ancient Secrets. Deals 7 damage. Oh, there's even more. You may lose any amount of knowledge for each knowledge lost this way. Deal an additional 1 damage. That was really, really good as well. But I think I want to get this one first here. I think that one is very helpful. So I gained 4 knowledge plus these 2. So I'm at 6 knowledge. So I will gain this one. That's nice. And these I will put at the bottom of the deck again. Alright. Oh, there's another Arc of Intellect. Nice. Very cool. So I still have 1 either left. With that one I can't really do anything. So instead I will just also like spend it. And put it away here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So is it my turn? No, it's the Nemesis turn. Nemesis will activate nothing but draw a card. That's a power. That is power 3. I can lose 3 charges to discard it. Otherwise, the Blight gains 2 Nemesis tokens. That's bad. We don't want that. So I might try to charge up in time, if I can. Let's see. Okay, so my turn again. I deal... I will deal 4, 5, 6 damage. That's good. 6 damage, so that's 47. And also I will gain 2 knowledge tokens. Very good. 4 more and I can do this again. There. Alright, let's see. So I do have 1 spell here. And 1... I want this one gone now. Can I do this? I can. I have 4 either here that I gain. With these I will gain 2 charges. And also I will gain 1 knowledge with that 1 card. That is very nice. And this one here I will destroy by losing 2 charges. So it just goes back there. So I don't grant the the Nemesis any more Nemesis tokens for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So let's see whose turn it is now. Let's just see. So yeah, I can imagine like the friends and foes mechanism like working really well with this together as well here. But I just want to have like a clean playthrough that I could show you. As I said, if you want to see how friends and foes factor into the game, just watch the first video in this small series here. Alright, so I will deal 4 damage with... Oh no, 3 damage with this one here. Sure. For sure. And then we have 2 spells. We have 1 here and 1 there. 1, 2, 3. I would have 3 either. That is not a whole lot. Yeah, but let me use those in order to gain 1 charge. Okay, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I might be able to gain like 3 charges in order to discard this one here. Let's see if I can do it. That's looking good. Alright, so I will now do 6 plus 1, 7 damage plus 1. That's 8 damage. That's a lot. So we're now at 36 here. Wow, from 60 to 36. Did I make any mistakes? I hope not. I hope I didn't like skip 10 or something. But did I do that much damage already? That is pretty crazy. And I also get 2 knowledge for having cast these 2 spells. I have not purchased any cards from the supply yet, because with Raven I don't really need to. Right? That is pretty crazy. I might use the Tuned Reconstructor later on, because that was really nice. I love that one. Okay, so now let's see what we can do here. Let me equip this one here. And I have 2, 3. I would have 4 either. That is really good. With these 4, I can actually charge up twice. Also, I will gain another knowledge. Oh man, I'm really getting stuck up on knowledge here. Look at how knowledgeable I am. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, and that is pretty much it here. And then I will discard these 3 here in order to discard this card here, because that one is a little bit too dangerous for me. Alright, and that's the end of my turn. So let me just draw 5 cards. 3, 4, 5. I still can't believe it that I'm like punching down on the opponent so quickly. But it helps that I don't have like to buy any cards that I don't only need at the beginning or not later on. So yeah, not too bad. Alright, so now it is the Nemesis turn. Let's just see here. To discard, spend 8. Oh, spend 8 either. I'm not able to do that. Power 2, unleash twice. That means that I will gain these Tainted Halos. Any player suffers 2 damage. Oh, a different player discards, which is also me, right? Discards the 2 most expensive cards in hand. Discarding is not horrible, but the rest is really bad. Alright. So it's my turn. I now do 4, 5, 6 damage. Down to 30. Very nice. There we go. That is pretty good. And then let's see here what we can do. Oh, I have a lot of this stuff. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. I would have 4, but I'm using this one here. You may spend knowledge equal to the cost of the top card of the Forgotten Ritual deck to gain it. I do have 6 knowledge tokens exactly, so I will get the Arc of Intellect. So that's another really good spell. And now I would like now I would like to have the destruction card, right, where I can destroy cards, because with that I would be really good. Also, I could think about getting the Tuned Reconstructor. With that one, I can like cycle through my deck like really quickly and also actually destroy stuff. Well, let's see. Let's see what I can do with that one. Okay, so 3 here. I can't really do anything with those. So what I will do is just get another charge here. I think that's a good idea. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully some spells. Yeah, 1 spell, that's good. And now it's the Nemesis turn, so we remove 1 power token. Draw another card. Unleash. So I do get a Tainted Halo. Well, that's pretty bad. Oh wait, or I can do something else. Discard the top card of the Nemesis deck. That's good. The player with the lowest life suffers 5 damage. No, I'm not going to do that. So that is fine. Discarding cards from Nemesis deck is okay. First of all, I mean, yeah, the harder cards, the power 2 and 3, the level 2 and 3 cards come up faster. We're already in level 2, by the way. But also, I can also win by getting to the bottom of the Nemesis deck. So, yeah. Alright, so that was that. Now it's my turn. I will do another 3 damage here. That's good. 27. Wow, we're really punching down on this boss. He has not been able to get out of Blight yet. That's good. That's good. Alright, let me put this one here. 1, 2. I have another 3 here. You may place the top card of the Forgotten Ritual deck on the bottom of it. Would I do that? Actually, it is a pretty good card, right? And I can get this pretty easily. By the way, I should have gotten a knowledge token just now. I will not do that. So let me use these 3 here just to charge up one more. Okay, let me just charge a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's see. I probably forgot to take a knowledge token at some point, but yeah, well, that's the way it is. Nemesis turn. Alright, so now that's a pretty bad thing. So, unleash twice. So we gain 2 Tainted Halos. 2 Tainted Halos this way. Any player suffers 2 damage. That's me. Uh-oh. A different player, that's me, discards the 2 most expensive cards in hand. That's the 6 and the 3. My 2 spells, my 2 good spells, of course. That is pretty bad. Alright. Well, that's the way it is. And we draw a new card. That is a minion. Volcanic Zala. Persistent Gravehold suffers 3 damage, or any player loses 2 charges. Okay, so I need to just charge up a lot and just do damage. And with that, I might be able to win. Okay, so, and it is my turn. I deal 6, 7, 8 damage. Will I deal that to the opponent or to that one? I think I will deal to the opponent. 8 damage. Yeah, I think so. So that's 19 then. Okay, getting there, getting there, getting there. Also I get 2 knowledge tokens. There we go. And then I will do this one here. That grants me another knowledge token. Also 2 either, with which I will charge up here a little bit. And I will equip this one here, and this one I will use for the secondary ability. You may spend knowledge equal to the cost of the top card of the ritual deck to gain it. That's 3 knowledge tokens for another spell. That is pretty good. Alright, there we go. And that's his Fluidium. I definitely don't need that. I definitely don't need that. Okay, wonderful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it is the Nemesis turn. Alright. So either Gravehold suffers 3 damage or any player loses 2 charges. Actually, I would like to get rid of these stupid halos, so I will let Gravehold suffer 3 damage. Gravehold is still in a pretty decent shape, so that's fine. We have power here, power 4. Oh, and that's unleash 3 times. That would be kind of bad. I could prevent that with 7 either during one turn, but I don't have that. Okay, it's my turn. I will deal 2 damage. Let me deal that to the boss directly, to the Nemesis. I just want to like punch it down quickly. This one I can work with losing 2 charges. That is fine. Okay, so let's see. Let me put that one here. This one here I will destroy by losing 2 charges. And then I have 3 more either. I will just gain another charge. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think I have my deck together the way I like it. So I think we can do it now. So I get another 3 damage here to the Nemesis. Very nice. Very, very good. And let's see. I don't have any spells here, but let's see. What I will do now is I will spend another 2 charges in order to destroy this one here. That's good. And then I will, let me see. Yeah, I will use all of these in order to charge up twice. So charge up twice. Also, I can place the top ritual card at the bottom. And this is like the elixir that I maybe wanted. And also I gain another charge here, and a Blight token goes to the Nemesis. Okay, so now it's getting a little bit dangerous. I think I'm fine because the Nemesis is almost down. But these Blighted, I don't know those yet, but I think they're pretty tough. Otherwise, it wouldn't take so long to charge up, right? And let me put that one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I'm mistaken, it should be my turn again. Yes, it is. So we have a lot of spells here. That is amazing. So let me put this one here, this one there, and this one there. And these 2 spells I will just keep in my hand for now. Because, well, I don't have any way to put them there. I will just spend draw 3 more cards for the next turn. Okay, I think I'm fine now. I think I will be one-shotting the boss, like killing the boss, as soon as it's my turn. It is the Nemesis turn. Gravehold suffers 3 damage. I lose 2 charges. Let me lose these 2 charges. I think. Yeah, let me do. Actually, let me see. 1, 3. Yeah, let me lose these 2 charges. But then again, Gravehold is really doing fine. Let me direct it to Gravehold for now. I might need these charges for something else. And then here we remove a power token and draw another card. Another minion. Oh man, that's the Jadeborn Imp. Oh, that is a cool sounding enemy. And it also looks pretty cool. I like it. 10 health as well. When it's defeated, I lose all of my charges. Otherwise, any player suffers 2 damage every time it's the nemesis turn. Well, hopefully it's my turn. No, it's not. Gravehold suffers 3 damage. You know what? I don't want to do that anymore. Let me just lose 2 charges now. Then this one is removed. And here I suffer 2 damage. Alright, then I'm down to 4. Also, we draw another card. Any player gains 2 Tainted Halos. Oh, come on. And the Blight gains 1 Nemesis token. Oh no. Oh no. This is bad. Because now we have the end of the Nemesis turn and he has 4 Nemesis tokens. So, now he taints the living. So he draws a card from the Blighted deck, plays it into play. That's a 7. Actually, it's not too strong. It's actually okay. But we finally have now a Blighted here. 7 health here. And also, the Nemesis loses 3 Nemesis tokens. So whenever he has like 4 again, then that happens again. Alright. Wow, okay. So we now have a lot of stuff here, but it's not going to be our turn, and we can just win, right? Because the Nemesis is only 14 health. We do 7 plus 6, that's 13, plus 4, that's 17 damage, right? So we just obliterate the Nemesis and we win. The only reason why we won is because we like completely rushed the game, right? I only got 1 crystal, 1 gem. That was where is it? Oh, where is it? Where is the gem that we got? It was. I can't see it now. Didn't we get a gem from there? Oh, I have it in my hand. Yeah, we got the fluidium here. That one we got, and then I just got spells. I just got spells and spells and spells, and that's it. What also helped is, of course, this one here at the beginning, that I could just deal 4 damage without doing anything pretty much. So, pretty nice. I never opened that 4th breach. But I just was charging up to kind of deal with the enemy. But Raven is very, very strong. That is a really strong character. This one might be a little bit boring after a while because you have no reason to get these cards. I almost got detuned to Reconstructor. Had I let's say I would have needed longer to defeat the enemy, then I would have gotten detuned to Reconstructor in between, like I used that last game. And just to cycle through my deck quicker and cast more spells. But yeah, and that was a really quick game. It was very fun. The Blight is okay. I think it's a pretty decent boss. I find it a little bit underwhelming, right? There are many more interesting bosses in Aeon's End. It's not a bad boss, but it's, I think, so far in this package, the worst of the 3 bosses, but still good, right? There is no really, really bad Aeon's End boss, in my opinion. All of them are at least pretty good. And this one is one of the pretty good ones. The last one was a lot better. Alright, well, and that concludes at least the playthrough, but we're not done yet, because there's still 2 things to do. First of all, we will read the Battle 3 conclusion, which is, a little bit longer to this time as well. And then we will see what we have unlocked, right? Battle 3 conclusion. Brahma follows the group down into the winding cave tunnel, trying not to think about the people she's leaving behind, forever frozen into green glass. She collapsed the tunnel entrance behind them in the hope that it might stop the Blight from ever being able to follow them. There was no going back for them now. Being a leader means taking risks. It means not being able to save everyone. She grips the fabric of her robes to keep her hands from shaking. Janti is at the front of the group, her staff glowing with a green light that casts terrifying shadows off the stalactites dangling above them. Loose rocks slip beneath Brahma's feet, threatening to send her hurtling into the darkness around them. but she cannot afford to slow down. Raven did not say how long it would take before the Blight revived itself, but from the way she stared at its craggy corpse with ashen-faced terror, Brahma can't imagine it's long. That would explain why I know the Blight already, because maybe it revived itself in an older edition, right, and then comes back. That might be the reason. They need to get to Gravehold. She'll feel better once there is a garrison between them. The group is already moving slower than she'd like. Ahead of her, Brahma can see Mazahedron limping down the steep decline, splitting his weight between his walking stick and Delana's arm. Leeson is carrying Fawn on her back. Myrna struggles under the weight of all the books she's rescued from the archive. Raven moves carefully, her baby in one arm and her other hand guiding Fawn's granddaughter, Zana, whose parents were lost forever on the Emerald battlefield beyond the caved-in tunnel entrance. And yes, Zana also appears in the old Aeon's End, so it's like this circle that is closing here. Very, very cool. Thraxia paces the flank of the glow of Janti's magic. On the other side of the group, a young follower named Adelheim faces the shadows with a blacksmith hammer in one shaking hand. Adelheim, another character in the old Aeon's End. I just played Adelheim this week, by the way. But I played from my large collection here. They're all terrified. The surface may be littered with monstrosities, but at least they had the sun. They knew where they were and how to live there, and Brahma had lured them away from that comfortable stability on a fool's errand to a utopia that was destroyed long before they arrived. Now they're delving into pitch-black darkness, seeking another city that might be nothing more than a memory, all because they trust her. It is a heavy burden on her thin shoulders. She's still a child, really, an initiate. What would the mothers say if they could see her now? But it is far too late to turn back. Look! Janti calls from the front of the group, and Brahma emerges from the end of the tunnel to see a huge arcane signal fire, lit at the top of the tower, flooding the massive cavern around them with light. Brahma cannot believe her eyes. The city from Raven's book stands before them, even more massive and beautiful than Brahma could have imagined. Towering walls of jagged dark stone. The gate alone is twice Brahma's height, and the lacquered wood is thick enough that it has not rotten through even after all these years. Brahma would almost believe it must be a mirage if the city was not so rugged and imposing. It asserts itself from the surrounding cavern, rising toward the stalactites above, refusing to crumble. A cheer goes up from the group as they see the destination, and the crowd starts to hurry forward, some of the children running ahead of Janti toward the gate. Hey, careful, Phadraxa! Thraxia calls, his head whipping toward Myrna's young niece, who has toddled out from the group. Phadraxa, another character from Aeon's End from the beginning. He rushes 2 huge steps forward and sweeps his sword up into the darkness. He barely makes it in time to catch the gigantic claw descending toward her head. Phadraxa screams as Thraxia is brought to his knees, trying to keep the weight of whatever he is fighting off her. She runs back toward her father in the group, and he scoops her into his arms, cradling her against his chest. Brahma looks above Thraxia, horror mounting in her chest as the shadowy figure keeps going up and up and up. A glint of red scales reflect in the fire burning over the city, and 2 orange eyes pierce the darkness like twin embers. She'd been so distracted by seeing Gravehold that she'd missed the danger coiling around them. Run! Thraxia shouts, his voice strained as he finally pushes off the gigantic claw and levels his sword at the beast. Leeson grabs for her axe, wheeling around to join the battle, but she stops in a panic as she realizes she still has Fawn on her back. Raven looks similarly panicked, cradling her daughter and pulling Zana along behind her. Janti flings a wild spell that detonates against a mountain of red scales. Brahma can't even see where the creature begins and ends. Janti, get everyone to the city. Thraxia, you and I are going to cover their retreat. We're not facing this thing out here. Brahma pours every ounce of authority in her body into the command, and luckily everyone begins rushing to obey. Her people crush against Gravehold's huge gates, struggling to push it open even with their combined strength. It starts to budge, but it's slow. Too slow. The monstrosity encircling them growls, a sound filled with nothing but pure rage that nearly makes Brahma's knees go out from under her in fear. She squares her shoulders and interposes herself between the Nameless and her people. She rips open a breach, summoning a crashing bolt of lightning that briefly illuminates the terrifying face of their opponent. Thraxia slashes at a leg, drawing blood. By the way, I think I know what enemy that is. Behind them, children are screaming in fear, and Brahma risks a glance over her shoulder to see they are all struggling to open the gate to the city. She sees Fawn bent over, flipping frantically through her book to find a spell to use, her hand shaking so badly she can barely turn the pages. She sees Lazen's eyes squeeze tight as she forces out every ounce of strength in her body. It's going too slowly. Brahma wheels back around as she hears Thraxia grunt in pain, another massive arm lurching out of the dark and catching him by surprise. She tosses fire at the claw until it retreats, but all her spells seem to be doing is annoying the creature, not causing any real damage. Her heart is pounding as she feels torn between the battle and the gate behind her. She needs to think faster, be a leader, save them all. Go, Thraxia hisses from between gritted teeth. What? Your people need their leader. You need me, Thrax. Brahma feels panicky tears rising hot behind her eyes. Not now. They won't help anything now. I'll be right behind you, sister. I'm just keeping this big lout occupied. Thraxia throws a rough smile over his shoulder at her. Promise. Brahma bites her lip hard enough to bleed before she wheels around and runs toward the city. She whispers the sister words, so familiar in her mouth, as she gathers gales and storms and throws the magic full force into the city gate. Her people push as the gust of wind howls past them, and with a groan the old hinges finally give way and the gate swings open. Everyone rushes inside, but Brahma turns around to call out to Thraxia just in time to see one of the monster's massive claws swing down and slice through his stomach, cutting him into two pieces as easily as she might rip a piece of paper. Brahma's veins are ice as she watches her friend hit the ground, still bravely clutching his sword. Blood glints copper in the firelight. She memorizes the empty grey of his eyes for a heartbeat longer, and then turns around and rushes into the city, slamming the gate shut behind her. Okay, so Thraxia would have to be removed from the barracks, so from like the pool of cards that we have, so we cannot use them in Battle 4. So now we open deck 3B and see what is in there. I guess it will be like this. Here will be the new cards for the market here, right? And then when we continue Battle 4 and everything, then we will get like the new heroes and a new hero and the new nemesis. All right, yeah, exactly. So we have 3 cards here again: 1 gem, 1 relic, and 1 spell. Infused Galvite. Gain 2 either or gain 1 either and place an electrify token on an enemy. Okay, that could be kind of cool. Electrify tokens just give you like 1 charge when you kill the enemy. Redistributor. Gain 1 charge. Any ally gains an ether token. If you have 3 or more charges, that ally gains an additional ether token. Okay, that's like with a lot of charging. Interesting. Alchemical Ignition. While prepped once per turn, when any player places an elemental token, they place an additional elemental token of the same type on that enemy. Okay. Cast. Place 2 venom tokens on an enemy and deal 2 damage to it. Okay. That's all pretty interesting. Like venom is pretty interesting because it lets you deal a lot of damage. Okay, very cool. I will sleeve those and get ready for the next video. So this concludes Battle 3 of the expedition. There's one more battle missing, and we will do that in the next video that I will record today probably or tomorrow, and then publish a few weeks after you have seen this video here. So thank you so much for watching and for staying to the very end. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm looking forward to ending this expedition next time together with you. I'm really thankful for all of your support. Especially I want to thank my generous patrons, and the biggest thanks go out to Thakono, who's supporting me at the highest tier. Thank you so much for your generous, continuous support. You can all support me by watching, liking, and commenting on my videos, subscribing to my channel, supporting me on Patreon, and joining my Discord server to hang out with me and my amazing community. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the very next video. Take care everyone, stay safe, and cheers.